Then you went to study formal psychology. It was a very different kind of field then. People were working with rats and having them run through mazes, and pigeons were pecking in Skinner boxes, and people were looking at the fundamental laws of reinforcement. So how did your humanistic interests? Because
well, it was a disappointment, to tell the truth, after I came to this country to see that psychology had been so simplified and made kind of dry and basically boring to me. But luckily, I had a professor who was interested in creativity, and I thought, well, maybe by studying creativity I can understand better those issues. And
creativity here means like artists or
scientists? It was, I thought that I could study visual artists because visual artists, their work evolves in a way that is publicly available, so that if I observed a painter starting with a white blank canvas and followed up the genesis of the world over the period of from beginning to end, and then I could interview the person asking, why did you go from here to here and from here to here? I took pictures of the evolving work. That was in the 60s, before there was video, and so I had to take still pictures, but I could show them the strip of and ask, okay, so from here to here you changed this, and from here to here you added this, and so forth.
It's a kind of an engineering approach.
Yeah, it was a kind of analysis, reconstruction of the thought process of the artist as he went through the picture, to the painting. Yeah.
But you discovered something very interesting, which distinguished the artists who looked like they had a future from those who didn't.
Yeah, here I was influenced by my advisor, Professor Sals, who started writing about the fact that what distinguishes creative people from those who are good but not creative was that the creative person is one who discovers the problem, whereas most of us just solve problems that have been discovered already. So I applied that theoretical idea to the actual method of analyzing the way these people worked, the artists worked. And in fact, it turned out that those artists who started out with least preconceived notion of how the actual finished product would look like, those were the ones who turned out to be more creative. And these were people who started actually with just a kind of a dimly felt emotional or intellectual problem, usually emotional, and who, as they began to put colors and shapes on the canvas, began to think, oh, well, wait a minute, I could do this, I could do that, and they allowed the problem to emerge with the through the interaction with the medium. And those people, in fact, were the ones who, years later, were more successful as artists. That is, they discovered their problems. They didn't bring to the canvas an already established aesthetic idea or problem.
So it's very different than the common sense view that a person sees something and just paints it as accurately as he or she can.
Absolutely.
Much more of a conversation with the medium.
Or, yeah, somebody who that's right. That's the important part, is the evolving conversation, the changing and realizing, recognizing possibilities in the interaction.